Your car watches you drive, and it's selling that information to insurers. And people's rates have been going up as a result of that. In other words, your own car may be snitching on you. If you don't believe me, well, I'm an insurance agent. I'm going to show you how, but I'm also going to show you ways on how to stop this practice from happening. So GM is the culprit in this particular case, in this story. They have a thing called OnStar. You may have heard of it, more specifically called Smart Driver. It was sold as something to help coach your driving, and the purpose of that is to help save you in gas. What they were really doing is they were actually harvesting your driving data, and then they were handing it to a data broker called LexisNexis and another one called Verisk. These brokers then in turn took that data and sold it to the auto insurance companies. And as a result, many people's premiums spiked. Most people did not know that they were signing up for this service. And dealers were getting bonuses in order to actually sell this product. So they were signing people up unknowingly right before they drove off the lot. New York Times is the one that actually exposed this story, which led to a lawsuit against General Motors, which in turn stopped the practice. But it's not just GM that's doing this right now. Mitsubishi has a roadside app that's also feeding LexisNexis information. And LexisNexis is actually running this telematics exchange where dozens of insurance companies are going in and harvesting this data and paying into that exchange to get this stuff. Now, what are they grabbing? What are they monitoring? They're looking at your speed. They're looking at whether or not you hard brake. And then they're also looking on whether or not you're driving at night, and then the locations you're driving. This is the scary part. If you work at night, then you may be getting hit with higher premiums because this data is showing that you're driving at night, not necessarily doing anything bad. And then if you happen to be driving into another a location that it doesn't like, it's also dinging you for that as well. Now, California is trying to pass a new bill called AB 311, which would actually let insurers use data for their premium rates. Now, California currently is banning the practice, but what's going to end up happening with this new bill is they're going to allow it to happen. Now, critics are saying this is surveillance pricing, and I agree with that. This is a terrible way of doing things. And some people are saying that it lines up with whether or not you have lower income, your race, all kinds of different things. There are a lot of pissed off people about this. So the things that you need to pay attention to are the discount programs called Snapshot and DriveWise. They actually will raise your rate and not necessarily lower it. And the good news is we can go ahead and flip that around and help you stop this stuff. So I'm going to give you 5 moves in order to do that. Number 1, you can pull your free LexisNexis report at consumer.risk.lexisnexis.com. I'll put the link in the description, and you can pull that information to find out whether or not there is driving data based on you and your information is out there on the internet. Number 2, turn off the driving score in your car app. So if there's an app and you have access to it, turn off the quote driving score element in that app, and that should help as well. Number 3, tell your automaker, show it, delete it, don't sell it. So you want them to show it to you. You want them to delete that data if it's there, and you want to tell them, do not sell any of my data that you collect on me. Number 4, opt out of the brokers. That is LexisNexis and Verisk. If you have the ability to opt out on those things, you need to go ahead and do that. Number 5, skip the telematics quote discount programs. There are these little plugs that you can plug into your car and it reads that data. Opt out on it. Data is showing, or research is showing, that it's not lowering your rates. Like I said before, it can only raise your rates. So those things are very helpful, but do keep one thing in mind. If you do opt out of any of these things, the crash detection and roadside assistance may be affected. So you're going to want to be sure that you're paying attention to that stuff there. So So your car ultimately should not be spying on you. It should work for you. And this stuff that's going on is starting to kind of snowball and getting worse and worse. But you want to check your reports. You want to shut off that sharing. And in the description is also going to be a free checklist, data checklist to help you with all these things. It's completely free. You can download it, and it's going to give you all the tips and tricks on opting out of all of this stuff. And I will put the link in the description for you. So I appreciate you watching. I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, be sure to subscribe and also like the video. That helps out the algorithm, and we'll see you in the next one.